How you doing, YouTube? This is Will from Will Development, and today I'm going to be making an Atlas stone. Materials you will need: an Atlas stone mold, some sort of spray lubricant, whether it's WD-40, Nutbuster, this particular brand, PB Blast silicone spray lubricant. I like a silicone-based lubricant because silicone is badass and it just never dries. Some sort of concrete vibrating device. You'll notice mine is nothing more than a simple rubber mallet. I have 2 gallons of water. I just have one over here and then one over by the truck for when I'm mixing the concrete. I got 2 tires, and I have these set up so the mold will be suspended from the floor. That way when the mold gets too heavy, it won't have any chance of damaging the bottom and making it all flat. A wheelbarrow to mix with, and a shovel, obviously, to mix the cement with. And last but not least, the actual concrete I will be using, which I recommend using a 5,000 psi concrete. It's stronger and it'll hold up better. I also recommend using some sort of concrete fortifier and or some sort of bonding agent. Just helps the mixture stick better to itself. Gonna make a better quality. So just a little safety thing before I get started is whenever you're working with concrete or some sort of very, very powdery or dusty material, always wear some sort of mouth protection because you don't want to inhale that stuff. It's rough. It's ugh. Probably causes cancer. What the hell doesn't anymore? So, you know. That being said, that's why I'm wearing the mask. And it's just until I get it mixed up into a liquid, then I don't worry about wearing a mask. But when you're doing this at home, wear some sort of bandana or, you know, like a painter's mask, something along those lines. I just have a bandana lying around, so that's what I'm wearing. So, without further ado. So that's the consistency I like to use. Some people argue a little bit drier, some people argue a little bit wetter. I found this consistency works best when I make my Husafell stones, and I just prefer this consistency. I used about 1.75 gallons of water. And you see just maybe a couple splashes of the bonding agent and just coat the top layer of the fortifier and mix that right in, and that's just going to help it bond better. And the fact that I'm doing 2 parts, it'll help it bond a little bit better too. One thing I did forget to mention is that you're going to want a stick of some sort so you can shove it down in the mold to make sure there's no air bubbles and things like that. So, you'll see. So now I'm going to prep the mold, and you'll see I'm just going to spray some of the lubricant inside the mold. I already have it assembled, as you can see. I didn't film that part because I got overzealous when I first got it in the mail. I was excited, so I put it together just to make sure the thing fit good, fit well, and all that. So I'll show you me spraying it and setting it in my holder, and we'll go from there. So now I've got the mold set, ready, nice and lubricated. I said silicone spray is great. You don't even really need a lot. And you see I turned it upside down just to let some of it even drain out because there was so much in there. Just wanted to make sure I had a really good coating of this stuff. It's good stuff, it really is. So now we fill it. Alright, now as you saw, I hit it with a hammer a bunch of times, and the stick is really what's going to get it to settle down in there. And you see how now it's basically, all that's really soupy in there. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to open up my other bag of concrete, and I'm basically going to just put some dry in there, because it's got about a quarter inch of water on the top there, and that's quite a bit of water. So I had two options. Option one is to just make it a thicker mixture. I don't need another 80 pounds. I probably need about another 30 or so. But that being said, I'm probably just going to toss some dry concrete right in there. And that's it. Nothing to it, as you see. Notes, I guess I would say, is that my mold did kind of slip to the side a little bit. You see how it's a little crooked now? Don't know what kind of ramifications I'm going to face from that, but you know, we'll see when it comes out. I'm pretty confident that it's filled up. I think I might even put a little bit more just to really pack it in there. The only thing I have left to do now is I'm going to cover it with plastic. I'm going to cover the whole with plastic, just to help it cure better. And I'm going to write the date on it. Next time you see it, I'll be taking it out. Alright, today's the big day. I'm about to take the Atlas stone out of the mold. It's been curing for 21 days. Once I pop it, I'm still going to let it dry for 3 days. I might even put it outside just to make sure it really dries. But I'm going to break it out right now and see how she looks. Hopefully she's smooth. Phew. You know, really not that bad. I mean, to get it out of the mold. And it turned out really nice. It's actually really smooth. So that's it. That's my latest stone experiment. It's gonna be my Atlas stone. I'll weigh it up. I'll put up some pictures on Instagram, Facebook, all that good stuff, and let you know how much it weighs when I find out. After I grind it down, you're not working on stones, because you know you need to be. Then what's your excuse?